Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maosl, and with 2021 being over, I think it's about that time where we take a second and go through each video I uploaded to this channel and reflect on which ones have aged well and which ones have aged like expired milk. With that being said, there were only 11 uploads this year, so I will try and go in as much detail as I can to explain why I ranked each video the way I did. Now, let's get started with the bottom of the list, number 11. At number 11, we have another attempt at Trendjacking. I made this in 15 minutes. I don't really have too much to say about this one other than, yeah, it's got some flicker, unsteady movements, and yes, I made it in 15 minutes. However, I do like the framing, and having the timer in the background I think was a really nice touch, and I totally didn't steal that from Codeman. There aren't really any other reasons that I can think of as to why I would place this at the bottom of the list, other than I made it in 15 minutes. At number 10, we have the first upload of the year, Let's Go Bucketheads. Overall, the lighting and framing of this video is nice, and the added effect of the screen in the bottom right thanks to Connor White is a nice touch to the video. A parody of a by now extremely obscure meme reference, the video doesn't make too much sense and isn't that funny unless you're in the know on the context and why it was made and what it's a parody of. So for that final reason primarily, that's why I've placed it at number 10. At the 9th place on our list, we have a joke video I posted earlier in the year, 5 more minutes. With the animation and framing of the video being well done, the sound effects and light flicker are some things it could definitely fix to help improve the final product. However, the addition of a callback to Dark Souls does help distract from those flaws. Overall, not a bad video, but it could be improved. At the number 8 spot on the list is Stay Puft is Sus, the third installment to my yearly Stay Puft series. This video pays homage to a certain video I released back in September 2020. The lighting is pretty nice and the framing is good, sound effects are nice as well, and the video is overall solid in its animation. However, there was just better stuff released throughout the year. I can't really fault this video too much. For the time, it was pretty high quality. But just later down the pipeline, better stuff came along. At number 7 is my entry for Bricks and Motion's 2021 24-hour animation competition, or Fak the Protesters. I'll give credit to this specific video for being one of my first and better attempts at giving a message to a video, although I won't be the first nor the last to admit that this video is flawed in its presentation of said message, using lots of exposition to throw the idea in the viewer's face and not keeping it subtle. The animation is also a little rough, but it was made in under 24 hours, so I won't fault it too much on that front. Coming in at number 6, the video that teased a return to uploading after 5 months of silence, Clone Squad Through and 3 official teaser. Yes, I am counting this in the prologue as separate videos because the teaser has exclusive animation that wasn't in the full episode. Overall, the lighting and framing is nice, the animation is fair. However, I will note that I like how this teaser sets up the tone of the series, while also misleading the viewer so they get something new out of the setup when watching the full episode. At number 5, a rather short spooky upload I made for Halloween, What Lurks? Overall, the lighting, pacing, and framing displayed in this short is pretty good, and does a good job of creating an eerie atmosphere. The sound design could be a bit better though, to add a more proper spooky effect. Coming in at number 4, we have Lego Among Us, The Airship. My first trailer recreation and my commemorating of reaching 10,000 subscribers. Though, it's not a totally accurate recreation, as I did make some creative liberties with the lighting and shot framing to give it a more stylistic look and feel. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Could use a little improvement with some occasional light flicker and frame rate jumping, but overall, not a bad video. At the 3rd spot on the list is my first entry to the online brick filming event, Brick Film Day, a parody of the popular first-person shooter LEGO Superhot. The animation and lighting is nice, and a decent interpretation of the game in my opinion. Flicker is apparent every now and then, but it doesn't distract too much, and the choreography and pacing of the fights is nice. The only complaint I have is that I wish I made the video longer. Taking the number 2 spot is an assignment I made for my freshman English class where we had to make a 60-second film that had a message to it. It's one of my personal favorite videos, Escape. I do really enjoy this video and I am still proud of the finished product, with my only critiques being some slight lighting issues and this one close-up shot of the main character walking down the street. I think I should have done the shot all in camera and had the zoom follow the figure practically instead of digitally aligning the character on a green screen with a background being zoomed out, but I ended up compromising due to time constraints. Other than those two things, I like how I conveyed the message of the video by using no dialogue and strictly visual storytelling. Could it be better? Probably, but I still enjoyed this video and it was fun to make. It also got me an A in my freshman English class, so that's cool. And finally, to probably no one's surprise, at the top spot on the list is the prologue episode to my upcoming original series, Clone Squad 2 and 3, Episode 0, Prologue. I could probably go on for a good while just discussing why I like this video and what I would alter about it. So I will. This one video alone has gotten to be one of my most complex projects yet. It not only pushed my animation beyond its usual quality, and as well retconned and rebooted an old project I had tried back in 2019, I tried to create a cohesive storyline that a viewer could follow, trying my best to establish the list of 5 characters to the audience, which, for the most part, I think worked pretty well. By trying to have the camera primarily stay focused on one character at a time, I think it was easier to build a connection between the viewer and each individual character showcased. The dialogue is cohesive, and you can follow the plot of the video. Granted, it's not the most perfect video ever. It has its quality differences, and some aspects of the plot are a little vague, but it's a good start for a prologue episode. It establishes the setting without making the episode a required viewing to enjoy the later episodes in the series that are soon to come. The lighting in the hallway scenes is nice and soft on the viewer's eyes, contrasting nicely with the characters' colorful outfits and armor designs. The experimenting of the 24 frames per second frame rate is apparent in this video and in my opinion adds to the overall look and art style of the product. The animation is not perfect, but then again it doesn't have to be. The video knows exactly what it is and it really leans into it. It's an intro to a larger, much larger project I have planned. It is meant to introduce the idea to people and isn't meant to be perfect. It leaves room for later episodes and installments to improve in quality while still leaving a good set quality standard for the project to follow or adapt if needed. Though the production of the episode involved a lot of procrastination and rushing of production, I am still proud of how the product turned out, my only complaints being that the camera quality stayed the same with the DSLR in the beginning and throughout the rest of the video instead of switching between footage filmed months apart. I wish that the ending was not so rushed either, and I had spent more time scripting out the entire episode instead of only writing out specific sequences within the full video. Overall, I'm proud of the video, and at the end of the day, it's just small nitpicks that I can make about it. That's why it's ranked this high, and I think that's a fitting placement.